Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So today we are going to be talking about ways how to keep your succulent happy. Now the first and the most important thing, buy the succulent according to your environment and climate. The succulent that you're purchasing should do well or should be suitable in your environment. Just don't randomly buy any succulent. Do a little bit of research before buying a succulent. If you do not have the right conditions outside, then you'll have to do a setup indoor, but a grow light is very important. So that's the first thing. The second thing is how much of light, because every succulent prefers light. Now that could be in the form of indirect bright light for 8 to 9 hours or direct morning sunlight for 5 to 6 hours after acclimating it. That again depends upon the variety of succulent you have. Like for example, this is Echeveria chuinensis. It prefers a morning sunlight. It will do quite well in morning direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours, whereas certain succulents that do not change the color cannot be exposed to direct sunlight, otherwise they will get burned. For example, Havartias. Now talking about the soil, which is the most important part and which is the foundation of your garden or of your succulents, is the soil mix. Now the soil mix that I have used over here, as you can see, it's very loose, it's very porous, it's very sandy. So this is the type of soil mix that you need to have for your succulents. Now talking about watering has to be done when the soil mix is completely bone dry. Always ensure that you're watering it from the edges. Do not drop any water on the succulent leaves. If the water happens to drop on the succulents, then you'll have to use a blower to blow off the excess water. Always go a little bit slow. It might take a little time for the soil to get completely wet, but that's all about it. It's all about having patience while growing succulents. Not only with watering, but overall while growing succulents, you need to have loads and loads of patience because they are very slow growing plants. Apart from that, succulents also tend to go dormant either in summers or in winters, depending upon the variety, which again slow down their growth. So it's not that you're not giving enough care. Basically, the life cycle of a succulent, it has to go dormant in one of the season. So that's how it tends to work. So you'll have to do a complete watering until the water starts passing through the drain hole. So once you have noticed that the water has started to pass through the drain hole, this indicates that you have done your complete watering. And now all you have to do is wait, because this again depends upon your environment and climate, how long it's going to take for the soil to dry. It also depends upon your soil mix as well and the type of pot you have used. I tend to use pots made out of cement, so they tend to absorb that excess moisture. My soil mix is very gritty, loose and porous, so it also tends to dry fast. There are no components in the soil that tends to retain moisture, so my soil tends to dry very quick. So ideally my soil tends to dry within 3 days. I wouldn't say it's completely dry, but probably there could be a little bit of moisture at the base of the pot, which is absolutely okay, because I wait for some more days for it to be completely bone dry and then I go ahead and water. Now again, my watering changes as per the season. During winters it's going to be either 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks. During summers it's going to be like 4 days, water once in 4 days or once in 5 days. During monsoons, again I reduce my watering. I go probably once in 3 weeks during monsoon. So your watering also has to change according to the season. If you're growing your succulents indoor, you have to be extremely careful, because indoor the soil might take even more longer time for it to dry, so you have to be extremely careful. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep planting.